all like a package deal right now. It's negative 6 times log base 3 of this.
3 divided by -6.
Okay, let's get that negative 6 out of there first. Now we've got log base 3 of x minus 3 equals, what, 4? Okay, now what's the opposite of a logarithm? We have to get rid of the logarithm next, right?
Correct.
An exponent, so I'm going to put a base 3 on both sides.
Because base is the exponent, right?
Base puts that in the exponent, essentially. It makes this an exponent. 3 to the 4th on this side. So basically what it's going to turn into is x minus 3 on the left, and on the other side is going to be 3 to the 4th. So it's kind of like this became the power, and that became the power. Okay, so this is x minus 3 equals, what's 3 to the 4th power? Anybody do that in their head?
3 times 3 is 9,
81.
12.
81.
Use a calculator.
And then what?
You add 3.
Okay, what happened, Tanner? Because you look like the world just shifted on you.
Okay, so first one with the log, like changing to 10.
A base 10 on both sides. Yep, it's kind of like if you imagine, Tanner, that this is the base. So like if I said 3 to the 4th power, this is the base on the bottom, and these have turned into powers. But if you have 10 to the log base 10, those cancel each other out. Exponents cancel out logs. So here, because I was trying to get rid of the log base 3, so I had to put down a base 3, but I have to do the same thing on both sides.
So it can be any
So
number.
if it doesn't have one,
It can't be any number. It specifically had to be 3 for this one.
For like three, put any number in there.
Yes. Yep.
okay, yeah, so it doesn't have a number by it, 10.
If it doesn't have a number by its 10, otherwise it has a number by it, and it's that specific number.
All right.
Okay, what if it's a natural log? What do you think the base is if it's a natural log?
E.
E, because E is the opposite of a natural log. All right, so you add 3 to both sides. X equals what? 84. Anybody refuse to write down 84 until I did? Because they thought, maybe I don't know how to add 3. Trust yourself, it's okay. Anybody ever do that? Where you're like, obviously 3 squared is 9. And then all of a sudden you're like, let me just, yes it is. Okay? Trust yourself, you're okay. All right, it sounds like we need to probably try another one of these, yeah? Let's try, I don't want to do the backside yet. Let's try, no. Let's try 6. Okay. What should we do? This really, I don't like how they wrote this. They should have put this one in parentheses, that negative 2r, because it looks like it's just multiplied by, but this is the log base 7 of negative 2r.
Alright, so you should divide by 2.
So first we're going to divide by 2. Get rid of that 2.
And then this is 2.
Log base 7 of negative 2r equals 0.
Then we have to take the base 7.
Right, because we're trying to get in here, so we're going to put down a base 7 on both sides. Those cancel out. You end up with negative 2r equals 7 to the 0 power.
1.
Anything to the 0 power is 1. That's negative 2r equals 1. Divide by negative 2. R equals negative 1/2. Feel like you're learning something? You think you have any chance of remembering this on a
No.
college entrance exam? Yeah?
What is 0 to the 0 power? Would that still be 1?
Sorry, what?
Is 0 to the 0 power still 1?
I don't know. Oh, it says it's not possible. I wonder why. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Because, so like, shame on you, Kyle, for wanting to learn.
Yeah.
So if it's 2 to the negative 3rd, 2 to the negative 2, 1/2, 2 to the negative 1, 2 to the 1st power, 2 to the 2nd power, 2 to the 3rd power, that is 2, 4, 8. You see how each time, if you take this, multiply by 2, you get to 1/4, multiply by 2, you get to 1/2. What's 1/2 multiplied by 2? 1. 1 multiplied by 2 is 4. I mean, 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. So it kind of like, it fits that hole, you see, because you got a pattern of always multiplying by 2 if you're moving to the right, or dividing by 2 if you're going to the left. But if you had one that was all zeros, 2 to the negative, or 0 to the negative 3, and that's 0, 0 to the negative 2, and that's 0, you see what I mean? So it doesn't follow in the same pattern.
Wait, so it'd just be nothing then?
I don't think it's nothing. I think it's not a solution, but I'd have to figure out why by looking at a graph. All right, backside. This is where it comes into this is where those rules that I showed you in your notes comes into play. Do you remember how we combine logs together if there's a plus between them?
Yeah.
What? Let's see. If there's a plus between them, what do we do with the insides? We multiply them. So this is log base 10 of 8x equals 2. The first thing you do is you kind of combine them into one log. Why did I write a base 10 down?
Because it is based
Because there was nothing written down, so you assume it's base 10. What should I get rid of next? Should I try to get rid of the log or the 8?
on the log.
The log. Got to work on the outside on the way in. Okay, and how do I get rid of a log base 10? Base 10, both sides. 8x equals 10 squared. 8x equals 100, and then divide by 8, x equals 12 and a half. Let's do one more. Let's do number 26.
Can we do one where it's like a log of 8? Would that just, would you do everything the same,
Just a base 8 instead of a base 10. All right, 26. Do you guys see how we're going to have to combine these first? How do you combine logs if there's a minus between them? Divide. So this is the natural log of 4x plus 1 over 3 equals 5. To get rid of a natural log? It's positive 3 because the negative just tells you that when you put it together, you're going to divide. Yeah, base e on both sides. Let's see, this is 4x plus 1 over 3 equals e to the 5th. 148.413.
Would you use the E button?
The E button is, if you look at natural log and you hit second, it's right above that, e to the x. Or it's also above the divided sign. Now what? How do I get x by itself?
You have to multiply each time by 3.
Multiply by 3, and then
And then you have to minus the 1.
minus 1,
divide by 4.
and then divide by 4. We're multiplying by 3 first. Subtract 1, and then divide by 4. You should get 111.06. All right, I have now done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the problems for you. Are we good? Yes?
Well, this turn is notes on the final.
Okay, you're allowed to use any of your notes on the final, so sure. But you don't have to narrow it down to 3 pages.
I didn't know since it's assignment.
Oh yeah, any homework, notes, whatever you want. You can definitely use this.
Will natural log never have like exponent or like a number with it?
Well, the number e is a number. It's a specific number like pi. It is 2.71. Here, everybody type in your calculator right now. Everybody look up. Hit second and the divided sign. And it'll just put an e in your calculator. And then hit enter. That's what e always is. It's not like we're solving for the letter e. It is 2.718281828, and it doesn't repeat 18281828. It's like pi. After that, it starts changing.
So the natural log is just.
Is a specific log that is specifically for E, because people use that all the time in finance. So it's got a specific thing, just like pi. So natural log will only be used for E. Okay? Other questions? Cool, work with your partner, you've got half an hour.
I was like, what?